Hello everyone, Jolties again. Hey, today I'm in Continental, Ohio. It's in Putnam County. It's way up in northwest Ohio. Continental has a population of 1,102. We got the big boy steam locomotive going to be coming from that way right there. It's supposed to come through here about 11:30, make a half-hour stop. So I'm downtown Continental, Ohio, waiting for the train. Here we go. Start the video, son. Let's have a look around. The main part of town's down that way. I think that's Main Street down there at the railroad crossing. So the crowds are getting pretty heavy down there. I'm going to try to figure out a good spot to get the train. All right, here we go. Here comes the train. The big boy steam train's coming. And there's an airplane flying right over the top of it. You can hear it. Hear that? I can't see it because of the sun, but here comes this, the big boy. 6,200 horsepower. There were 25 big boys built between 1941 and 1944. Only 8 of them exist today, and this is the only one that works. It's the only operating one left. It was put back in operation in 2019. Switched from coal to number 5 oil. Here it comes. All right, they're stopping here for 30 minutes. So, my goal is to go up to the locomotive before they leave. So let's head up that way. I wanted to get as much of the train as I could here. Then it's time to go up to the locomotive and have a closer look. Let's see if we can get up here in time. Here we go. Got to keep moving on. Got to keep moving on. We're headed up towards the locomotive if we can get there in time. Way up that way. And if I get enough time, I'll get to the locomotive and I'll walk up in front of it and get them going by again. We'll see what happens. There you go. Live action in Continental, Ohio. Hey, I've made it up to the locomotives here so far. Pretty crowded in this little town. Hard to believe there's only 1,100 people in this town. A lot more than that here today. Cool, check out the Abraham Lincoln locomotive. Sweet. I'm almost up here to the main part of town. All right, we're gonna cut and come back. It's getting kind of crowded. All right, about as close as we can get right here, I think. There's a good view of it. Got a 30-minute stop here. I think they're putting water on. Holds about 25,000 gallons of water. Holds 6,100 gallons of number 5 fuel oil. Uses a little bit over 200 gallons per mile to operate this locomotive. This is the happening place here. Okay. This is the place to be. Got an emergency medical services here for something. A lot of people here, and it's hot. It's in the 90s. I'm gonna walk on the tracks a little ways, make sure we get it going by again. Yeah, I'm way up in front of the train here now. There's a little spur that comes off here, goes to a single customer. It only goes maybe a third of a mile, and it's either a grain customer or a fertilizer customer, one or the other. Looks like they ship maybe carloads of fertilizer in, so I'm guessing. There's the signals. Got a clear signal there on the top right. See that? So they're gonna be leaving here pretty soon. Let's find a good spot to get them. They're on the train. All right, let's find a spot. They're gonna be leaving pretty soon. They're getting on the train. They're on 161.250. All right, I'm on the other side of the tracks here. I wonder what that is. What are those guys doing? Some kind of story over there. I don't know what it is. See, I'm on the other side. Here's that little spur that goes up into town to a single customer. Looks like it's still in use. It's kind of rusty though. All right, they're getting ready to go.
2014 Barker, you released your red zone. You guys ready back there? Correct, over 2 cars all aboard, ready to highball over. All right, red 16, are you ready? 16's ready. All right, 2014 highball Continental.
All right, they're getting ready to go. Going to get the engineer side this time.
Echo 61, clear Continental, west south.
Been burning number 5 oil since 2019. That's when they made a conversion from bituminous coal to oil.
That was great.
Alrighty, there you go.
And there
Next
we go.
stop will be Fort Wayne. Yep.
No way! I follow you on YouTube.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
Cool. Thanks for watching.
Always subscribe and always love what you're up
Oh, thanks. There they go. This is milepost 326. I see that now. See if we can see them at all here. Here they are. Back of the train. About a mile down. Got both sides of it today. All right, that was pretty cool. See what else we can get into. Cool, check this out. Steam train. Oh, the one car rule got me. There you go. Steam train. Just crossed over the Norfolk Southern main line here. Downtown Continental. Lights are still on red. Hey, here comes the steam train again. Check this out. Wow, that's cool. Right across from the EMS and police department right here. There's a little spur. I want to have a look at this. This is a spur for, it looks like probably single car unloading, single customer. Let's see if they still use this. I bet that they do, just not very often. The track goes across the road, goes probably maybe 1,000 feet or so, and dead ends. Pretty rusty looking. See right down there, It looks like they unload cars down where there's a truck parked right over the track. The track just goes just past that, just a short distance and dead ends. It used to keep on going at one time. You can tell it just was some kind of a main line. It's been abandoned except for this one little part. Hey, at the top of the rail, you can tell there's been a truck across that. It's all rusted, but there's a truck impression on the rail. So a high rail's been across here, it looks like, inspecting it. The main track is right over there on the other side of that Norfolk Southern building. That's some kind of a Norfolk Southern office. What's that say? Southern Railway. Cool. Here's a better look at the Continental Fire Department. They just backed the truck in over there. I just missed getting able to film that. That would have been cool. There's a huge crew that follows the big boy around the country. I was talking to one of the Norfolk Southern policemen. He is from California, so he has to follow this train. He went to New York. I forgot what part of New York he said. And then he was with the train from Scranton to, I think he said Philadelphia, somewhere in that area. He said he got to go home for a couple weeks, somewhere in there. But I found out that they have to have an engineer and a conductor from every route that they go across. They have to have an engineer and conductor that's familiar with that route. So they ride up in the locomotive. That's pretty cool. Well, it's been a couple hours since the train went through, and I'm wanting to get a freight train. Hasn't been anything yet, but this light just went to green over here. See on the top right? So we should have a westbound train coming through. Can't leave town until I get at least one freight train. And I also want to say happy birthday to Bill. He goes by the name of Bill Trump 45. His birthday's on Tuesday. Happy birthday, Bill. Thanks for watching all my videos. I really appreciate it. So there should be a train coming through here pretty soon. Check out the location of the police department and fire department. I think all the city offices are right there, right next to the railroad crossing. That's an ideal location. And there's another track, of course, on the other side for that little spur. And here comes the train. Got a westbound, finally. Knocking down the signal. What's the hurry? They are booking. Wow, That was a good one. Got the Norfolk Southern office right over there. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. That was pretty good. But wait, there's more villages. Hey, I stopped in Broughton, Ohio, close to the Indiana-Ohio line. There's a nice little park right here. Look at that church. Church right there, and a little town park. It says it's open to the public, and it's right next to the railroad tracks. Right here. Got 2 tracks. The track closest to me is the passing siding, I believe, because they come into one track right over there, just down that way, just a couple hundred feet. I think we got a train coming from this way, because I just heard one. Let's see if we can see anything. Oh, it's way down there, over a mile away. Look at this little tiny building. Is that cool or what? Looks like a garbage truck coming. Let's have a look at this building. That's cool looking. Look at that. All right, see if we can get this train. Looks like there used to be some kind of grain elevator over here. Probably was a customer from the railroad a long time ago. Here we go. See if we can get this train. Broughton, Ohio. I can't tell if they're stopped or not. The lights are red down here. Sure, it's nice out here. Look at this. Got a tornado siren right there. Every once in a while I can hear this from my house when they test them. If I open the window up, if it's really quiet out and it's not windy, I can hear them. All right, the train will be here pretty soon, I hope. I can see the lights way down there. All right, I just heard this train on the scanner. He called this Broughton. Said signal indication Broughton. Or wait a minute. Yeah, Broughton, that's what he said. And he told there's a train parked on the main. He told me everything looked good on the rear of the train. So 2 trains just passed right here. This train coming is eastbound. Coming pretty slow too. I'm listening to them on 161.250. Got windy all of a sudden. He's talking to another train. They're talking about the big boy. They had to wait on it. Looks like they're gonna stop. Let's have a look at the signal again. Yeah, it's still on red. These two tracks come into one. Just past the signal. There they are. Just barely moving. Garbage truck. Get a better look here. They're just crawling. Looks like they're gonna stop. Just have to lose the signal. Still on red. Ooh, it's windy. All right, they're stopped. I'm gonna have to cut and come back once they start moving. Well, the gates went back up. Train's been sitting there for a while. Got a tractor coming. So after we'll be spraying some fields. That was pretty cool. Just yesterday, one of those sprayed the corn on my farm. Alrighty, well, I'm going to keep on moving. I'm going to head towards Fort Wayne, I think. I was talking to the other Railfan there. He's from North Carolina. That's pretty cool. His first time to be in this area. He filmed the big boy, and then he saw his train over here. The conductor got off the train and told us that they were outlawed, so it'd be a while till anything came through. Might be a few hours or so, so I'm gonna head on down the road, go to Fort Wayne, see if I can get something. Here we are, close to the state line. Found the train. Let's see if we can catch this one at a crossing somewhere. Get him at the next crossing up here. Let's see, I forgot how far it is the next crossing. It might be a couple miles or so. All right, finally found a train. Yee-hoo. Yes, sir. I just got to find a railroad crossing. All right, here we go. I'm in Indiana. It's like a grain train. There she goes, eastbound. Be going into the state of Ohio in just a couple minutes. Kind of interesting, they got crossing gates for this road. Doesn't really seem like they need it here. There's the Batmobile. All right, thanks for watching. That was pretty cool. I got me another train. Took a while, but we got it.